Hey, welcome to today's thanks.io session. We're doing these weekly at this point, 4 p.m. Tuesdays. You can go to the link in your dashboard if you ever need the live link to join. It's right under where it says live info sessions right here. And then you can click on through. Also, if you're a business plan user, as always, just know you can always hook up with us live over Zoom like this one-on-one with our team to get stuff implemented. So you can find those links at the top of the main dashboard page when you're in the thanks.io dashboard. So you there, Justin, today?
I am.
Cool. So what we're going to cover today, I sent out an email earlier. We're just going to kind of go deep on QR codes and how they work with thanks. Justin, it's becoming clearer and clearer to me that this is where it's at in terms of sending mail. It always makes sense to have a code, in my opinion. What do you think?
I agree. I think COVID changed everything. You know, having these stuff in the menus and in the bars where it was the only way to get it made a lot of people have to figure out what it is. So it probably 10x the response rate to these things just because people are familiar with it and know how to scan it.
Yep. So I guess maybe I'll start. Let's show I'll show the card that we send to new people. Hopefully I can find it. So we've got a lot in here, but thanks for visiting. Thanks. Here's an example. So the way we use this internally is whenever somebody requests a thanks.io sample, or maybe they get on one of our retargeting lists through our script, our visitor view script, we send something like this, and we say a quick thank you. Thanks for visiting thanks.io recently. And then we say, here's an example of what we do, right? So we try to engage a little more, but then we offer something. We say, if you scan, you'll get something cool, right? So we give 20 credits for anybody who scans on this card. So as you can see here, the way that we implement this is in the message template, we just have the URL that people go to get those 20 credits. And you can do the same thing for your business. It's pretty easy to set up, as you can see. Now, one of the really cool things, I don't know if anybody listening has done this yet, but anytime somebody scans one of these QRs, you get a notice by email. And there's also potential to do some automation off of that via Zapier. So Justin, you have anything else to say there? I know that you really pushed to get that added probably a couple months ago, right? Maybe a year ago at this point.
Yeah. Especially not a lot of people use the Zap stuff, but it's pretty crazy how you could chain this so that you turn a cold lead into a warm lead. As soon as somebody scans that, you could initiate a phone call, make a text message, send them an email with your link to Calendly. There's so many ways you could, move them, your category status in your CRM. There's so much stuff you can do to use email as this like kind of shotgunny lead gen approach, with all this crazy stuff going on, especially now with like SMS getting weird. Like people are relying a lot more on direct mail as like their initial cold outreach. So it's a great way of like, send 1,000 pieces, take the 30 that respond, the 40 that respond, and use them as the people you contact, the people you concentrate on. And that QR scan can kind of be that differentiator. And now that it's programmatically doable, you can put it all together in Zapier.
Yeah, so you just brought up something I wanted to share with everybody today. I just made a video about this the other day. This idea of using kind of a cold list, and you send a broadcast out, a mail out to maybe a list of people you haven't met yet to try to generate some activity. But with thanks, and I'll show everybody how I did this yesterday, you can actually say, hey, anytime somebody scans, as Justin just said, I want to add them to a second list. So here in our dashboard, I did a quick mail out to people interested in business opportunities, this crypto bot thing that I emailed everybody about a few days ago. And about 200 went out. I think we sent it on the 28th. Let's see. No, that would have been yesterday. When did I do this? It was the 25th. So these should land in a day or two, but we should start seeing scans. And what I'm doing is I built a Zap that will transfer any scanned people into another BizOp list right here. And this will be my more targeted list that I can send offers to in the future because the people on the first list have shown a pulse. Does that make sense to everybody watching, or is it kind of abstract? Feel free to comment in if you have any questions too, and I'll just keep going, Justin. I'll show the Zap that I built connected to this yesterday.
But I don't think everybody truly grasps that concept. Like, you really can't cold text message. I know people do it. It's not legal. You can't really cold email. It's not, they're not going to put you in jail, but you definitely get shut down. So, I mean, there's not many legal, ethical business methods for taking a cold list and reaching out to it other than direct mail.
Yeah, and to the point I'm doing here with this crypto bot offer that I have, there are things that Facebook and Google will not let you advertise. Anything that's a biz op or affiliate program, network marketing, anything related to crypto is mostly banned and cannot be used. Thanks. So I didn't put a title on this, but this is what it looks like behind the scenes.
CBD and THC stuff can't be on internet.
Yeah. Yep. And so here's the Zap. This is really simple. All I did was built a quick Zapier Zap that says, hey, anytime this mailing list right here, the original list that I sent my initial test campaign out to, anytime there's a QR code scan, I would like for you to add that person to this second mailing list in thanks. So it's a thanks to thanks Zap, like so. Now this could easily also push that person's information into our CRM system at the same time. And then from that system, we could send an automatic text. Or Justin, we could even just do it straight from Zapier, right?
No, you could. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I think Zapier has a text. I think they call it FMS in here. Yeah, SMS by Zapier. So I could be like, hey, thanks for scanning the code. You know, do you have any time tomorrow to chat? Something like that. So Adele's asking, does Thanks have a separate CRM? No, we have a CRM internally that we use as a business, but Thanks integrates with pretty much any CRM out there. So it integrates with KV Core, sure, by building Zaps. So you could have, and not only Zaps, you could also use our retargeting script and install that on your KV Core site to add people visiting your website into the Thanks.io system. So yeah, Patricia too, and Adele, yeah, it integrates with KV Core. It just requires a little bit of wiring up the two systems. So that was one example. You know, you send out a promotion to a cold list of strangers. You could buy the mailing list from in our dashboard here, and that's what I did. I went in here and I said, hey, give me all the business opportunity seeker males between 40 and 45 years old who, you know, who are into investments, you know, down here. And I built a quick list of 200 to test out, and I'm sending it. And now the people who scan that will end up on my more targeted list. And then as I send more of these kinds of offers over time, I'll build up a list of actually engaged people. So when I send them cards in the future, pieces in the future, they're more likely to respond because I know that they're interested. In a real estate setting, since I know we have some real estate people watching, you know, this may be, you send out a postcard that offers a list of investment deals or foreclosures or something real low barrier to entry that you know people will scan. And then when they do that, to get that list, you would move them into a separate list. And then in the future, anytime you see a deal, you might mail that out, or you might send that list all your just listed postcards. So, but it does all start with that QR scan. So that's kind of one intro to how this can look, but there's lots of other ways we're using QRs in the system. Justin, I'm going to show some of the gift card stuff too, because we're doing QRs there heavily. So let me see. So the best way to get an account, Adele, is just go to thanks.io and sign up. And then you can either be on our free plan, which, you know, has whole, if you're just sending a few cards here and there, or if you go to the business plan, you'll see an offer for that when you get inside. And that's just $49 a month, and it buys down your pricing and buys a lot more, gets you a lot more features in the system, as well as our help setting things up. So let's take a look at a gift card here. So I have one already made up here. It's a lender, mortgage person bribe. Here we go. So here we're using the QR code in much the same way. Right? You can add it when you add the gift card that you want to use. Sorry, this is all configured into messages. When you add that, it automatically generates a QR code that the person can scan to redeem the gift card. But what's really cool about this is you can see I have a Calendly link right here, and you can require people to take a specific action before they get the thing that the gift card that you're offering. So it gets scanned. They have to watch a video. They have to go book an appointment with you, a Zoom call over Calendly. They have to go watch a video about your business. They have to go to a landing page and opt in, any number of those things. And then, but it all starts with the QR. And of course, whenever somebody scans that, same way, you're notified that they redeemed it. So you can do a follow-up phone call or push them into your CRM the same way. So Patricia's asking, how much do you have to mail in order to make the economics work for the monthly fee? It's about 100 a month, because just that roughly, it might be like 80 or 90 or so, Justin, right?
And that's just for the 4x6 postcard. If you send 25 note cards, you're already there. And it depends on what you're looking for too. If you need help, I mean, if you go to a graphic designer, I mean, you're going to pay for that 10 times over just by having us do it.
Yeah, that's one of the big benefits of our business. We have a team, we have a designer, we have an implementation guy who's doing these apps all the time, tie it up to KV Core for you. You've got me and Justin. We'll hop on a call if you need strategy type stuff, just to know what you want to do. So that's actually included with your with the business plan. But on top of that, you're buying down the price of these cents. So a 4x6 business card postcard, 59 cents postage included. So it's pretty good.
First class postage, not the crappy stuff.
First class. Everybody keeps asking me that too. Is it bulk mail? I'm like, no, it's first class. And people don't. I was on a call yesterday, Justin. The guy didn't believe me. He's like, "How are you doing that?" I'm like, "I don't know." It's just,
we're doing that because we don't get paid.
Yeah, we don't make any margin on on that card. Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyway, guys, definitely QR codes are a really good way now, thanks to COVID, as Justin said. If there's anything positive from a business perspective, people got used to scanning these things. So, and we see it internally. We get lots of responses. The gift card response rate is through the roof, as you might assume. So you send somebody something and you're like, hey, here's lunch at Chipotle. It's gonna get scanned. Justin, by the way, I've had to stop my kids and wife from scanning all the return Chipotles we're getting.
Shut up, really?
I'm just kidding. They're like, can we scan this? They're coming to the house. So if you see a bunch of cards redeemed that's in a St. Petersburg Chipotle, you know what's up.
No, I'm gonna come down there and go out to Chipotle.
Yeah, take you out. So Patricia's asking where the cards are mailed from. It's all over the country, right, Justin?
Yeah, it's currently all over the country, but we're actually going to be changing it to be coming from Texas. So in the near future, all of the stuff will originate from Texas, for the note cards, or for the postcards and letters, and the note cards will come from Virginia.
Right. So we are switching things up in an effort to speed things up. The speed hasn't been bad. We're generally 5 to 7 days. Yeah,
no, but we found the new printer that's like wickedly fast, and the cool thing it has this print protect thing. We've had a lot of people, when you get to returns, they don't realize how many scanner machines, like it's pretty much like the automatic rollers that the USPS sends in postcards through. And if you have like black font on a letter or on a postcard, after it's scanned like the 30th time, it's going to smudge a little bit. So the printer we found had print protect coating that'll actually make it not smudge ever, which is a big thing we want to roll out.
Yeah, for anybody who's been using us, you may have noticed on some of your returns, it's faint, and it's not like your recipients really care. That's the other thing, right, Justin? Like they're not like,
only the sender's care.
Yeah,
nobody ever looks.
Yeah. But if you guys look closely at any postcard you get, sometimes you'll see some smudging from the post office. That's what Justin's talking about. We're improving our game there. So I don't know where in Virginia the note cards get sent from. We work with a few different print shops.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia. but the speed is good. One of the things with direct mail is you kind of have to unlearn the fact that the instant gratification that channels like Facebook and Google give you. And I've had to do that myself, right, Justin? I'm always running ads for things that I own on these digital networks. I'm like, why aren't we just sending postcards for this? You're used to the instant gratification, but the conversion rate with direct mail is as good or as better, and the cost to get somebody to look at your message is kind of cheaper, if you think about it, because they're getting something physical in their hand for 59 cents or $1, whatever it might be. And then from there, as long as your creative is good and you're making a compelling offer, it can really convert well.
I would say it's definitely cheaper at this point because Google got crazy. Like the cost per click on Google is insane. And now that has the whole Mac debacle with not being able to target, their costs went through the roof. So
Through the roof.
Through the roof. Like,
Yeah.
I
We're
would
paying-
hands down say a properly executed print campaign will generate leads cheaper than digital.
We're paying for Facebook clicks, and we're in a B2B audience. It's a little challenging for us, but we're still sometimes paying $6 or $7 just to get a click off a Facebook ad. You know, and that's just somebody who's casually not, they just bounce right off your site. If they get a postcard in hand and it's something they're interested in and they take the time to scan a QR code, that the quality there is so much higher.
So yeah, especially if you can route them into a YouTube video or an event that you want, filling out a form or coming to your meeting. Like, that's way better of a qualified lead than a click.
You just actually, for the real estate people listening, inviting people to open houses, and maybe letting them scan the QR code to see a virtual tour before they attend or to register could really work. But Justin, you said event. I've been meaning to do one where I have people register for a Facebook event. Since Facebook is so universally used, you could drive them to the event link and have them just click to attend. So
yeah, you totally could. Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we'll try that internally. Maybe we'll try doing, hey, join us for this 4 o'clock webinar.
You could make an iCal event that just they click and it adds it to their Google Calendar, which would work too.
Yep. So yeah, the possibilities are endless. So just to make sure we give the payoff on the QR codes deep dive, did I cover everything we do with QRs? Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about how it's tracked on the dashboard, Justin.
Yeah, so all of our mail is trackable through the stages of the delivery, printing, in area, out for delivery, that type of stuff. But we also have QR code scan tracking underneath your orders. So after you make an order and you click on that order, you'll have transparency into each of the card sends if they scanned it or not.
So if I click details like this,
go to any order and click on details, and it'll show you if it's a QR code type order, it'll show you a column that says scanned or not.
Yeah, so this one just went out to 24 people. It says total scan 0. That was just because it just went out yesterday, right? But if I go back, here's a gift card. I don't know if this one's hit yet. Does the gift card show the scan? I'm trying to find one that actually had a scan on it.
Yeah, the gift card should show the scans.
Oh, well, okay. Trying to get a bigger batch.
Yeah, you got to go to a bigger one that's old, over a week ago at least.
This one should have. Delivered. I actually don't see the scan column here, Justin. So maybe that's something we need to add with the gift cards. Here's one that was redeemed, so we can see that here.
Yeah, that's how you know it's scanned, because it's redeemed.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you can see the green ones here. Shows you, and then on the regular scans, you can see on the regular cards, you can also see it too. Just having a hard time finding one. And then of course you're getting the email every time, which is really cool. So if you're doing higher touch sales or you have a higher ticket value, if you're selling a house and your commission's worth 5-10 grand, it makes sense to call everyone. We don't necessarily do that. Maybe we should, but you'll be able to know who it was, and then you can send follow-up mail. You can go to the house, do whatever. So the question, Patricia, so when it's redeemed, yes, you know who redeemed, because you get a notification with their name, email, and phone. If you have that Thanks.io system, you get all the info we have in the system. So I can probably show an example of a redeemed email. Let me just open my email in another window here. And it's really cool. So I just know that a number of you are in real estate, if you're in insurance and you're mailing to somebody's house. So say you're insurance and you're offering, cheaper homeowners insurance. If the person scans, you know exactly who it was, and then you can go ahead and reach out. So here is the postcard scan. So I know who it was, I know the address, and then I had some, I don't really want to show contact info, but on the gift cards, it's the same way. And if you have the address in the system, the phone number in the system, you will get that information in that email. So with our
Somebody was
retargeting,
asking about the recordings. Yeah. Yeah, this will all be recorded, and the delivery time's like 4 to 8 days, depending on what type of stuff it is.
recording. Oh, yes, the webinar is recorded. It'll be on our YouTube channel. Those are two different things, right? And then delivery times 48 days. Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha. And then the visitor view script, if you have, just go to a mailing list. If you have the name, email, phone, so say you're using our retargeting script, I'm going to go to our internal retargeting here. It's found 1,900 people already, Justin.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah. But if you have, so what we're doing is anytime our script finds an anonymous website visitor, we're sending a card out in the mail, and you can see we're collecting in a lot of cases, we get the email and the phone number. So you can, when this person gets the card that we're sending them, we can push that email and phone number back into our third-party systems, and send an auto text and do things like that. So it's really cool.
And you guys can also mass append your list. So if all you got is address or name and address, you can upload it to Thanks and then bulk append your entire list with email and phone. And it's really, really accurately awesome. Like, we spent a crap ton of time like finding the best way to do this. So like, I know it's not where you would assume something like this would be found, but in Thanks is a super powerful engine to append a real deliverable email and a real cell phone onto your lists if you're looking to do those types of things.
So if I do just create a blank list, you're saying as you do the import?
Yeah, either on the import or after it's done, you can do it.
Oh, I see, right down here, append, right?
Yep.
And then what it'll do is it'll take everybody in your list,
yeah,
and look for more data on them.
Yep.
Let me try that here. You mind if I do it on the company dime? I just want to show it.
Sure. Just do it on something small. Don't do it on the 390.
So what'll it do? It just runs. Oh, I see. So it actually found 100 data messages. That's really interesting because I bought this from that other source.
Yeah.
And then what will it do? It'll add it to.
Refresh the page.
Okay. Wow.
Nuts, right?
Oops. Oh, that's so cool.
Shouldn't have swore.
What's that?
I said I shouldn't have swore. My bad.
That's okay.
But
no,
I geek out on this stuff. This took us forever to build. So it's like, it's rad.
I've never done that. So look, guys, what I did the other day was I just went and bought a generic list. I paid 10 cents a record from our integration with Leads Please here. So I just bought like BizOps seekers. And then what I just did for another 20 cents a record, I ran a public search and got the email and phone for 100 of those. So I spent another $20, but I got contact info on 100 people.
Yeah, and it's like go over that, show them the stuff. It's like for real. Like their email is like their Gmail account usually. Like it's like good stuff. Like it's their phone numbers is it tries to push towards the cell. So like it's cool. Yeah. So we spent a time, we use 3 different lookup sources for the lookup, and we use the best data from each of the 3. That's why it's 20 cents a match, because we're hitting literally 3 different database lookups, and we take the best pieces of each.
Oh, that's really cool. Wow, I could use this other ways. Can I export those?
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
We should just make this an endpoint. We should make this in our API, email or data append.
Yeah, that's interesting. So now, what I love about this now is that when these people start scanning these cards, I am going to get their email and phone. That was half of the list actually. It was a flat 200 and it found 100, so it just worked out roundly. It was 50%, Justin. So really cool. I owe you $20.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And the Chipotle.
And the Chipotle that we're eating. We're eating living large tonight. We're all going out. Okay. Thanks, Adele. Yeah, it's some of it all in one. We just keep expanding the features in ways that make sense, But
me and Ryan both have undiagnosed ADHD. So
yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, we just keep making stuff we want to build.
want to use.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it, guys. So the QR codes, definitely I would recommend as you build your thanks cards, try to sneak a QR code on there. They don't get in the way of your design. They're on the back side of the card anyway. Totally makes sense to have one. And then you can also put your phone number in the message too. So you could do something like, hey, scan the QR code to get your gift card at Chipotle, also, or feel free to shoot me a text if you have any questions, something like that, and give your number.
Yeah.
So any questions, guys, that haven't been asked yet here in the chat? What happens to the card if it's not deliverable? Well, if it's not deliverable, we try not to charge you for it sent. So that's the first step.
Yeah.
So we do a look, and you'll see in the list the ones that didn't go, but they do get returned by the post office here and there. So that's how I'm ending up with the Chipotle ones, because they're just returns. You know, the post office is pretty good, but they will mess up on a good, I don't know what the rate is, Justin, but it happens. They either, it's a real address, and for whatever reason their machines just don't figure it out, and they send the card back to you.
Yeah, it's the government. What do you expect?
Yeah. So you count on, I don't know, I don't want to put a number on it. It's probably in the 5 to 10% range. It's probably not as high as 10.
It's like 3 to 5%.
Yeah. So I'm just scrolling through some of the latest stuff. A lot of people are using us to thank their customers. That's probably the most common, like, hey, thanks for buying something for me, or, you know, happy birthday. You can send automated birthday cards with thanks, if everybody knows this. So in our campaign section, you can say, hey, anytime somebody lands on my birthday list, you'll have a list here for birthdays, send them a birthday card on their birth date. And what's really cool is you can now, with the birth date thing, you can, with the gift cards, you can send them a gift card. So say you put all your friends and family on a mailing list.
And you can use it for house anniversary stuff too. So anything that's a time-based, yearly recurring on a date, it's a great use of that same feature for house anniversary cards.
Yeah, anything that's date-based.
Yeah, we had somebody asking about the gift cards, why you can't redeem them. What we were telling you is, like, you don't pay for the gift cards at all. So like those gift cards that are in the those return cards, like, you weren't charged for them, which is awesome. Like, you don't pay for our gift cards on the $49 plan until they actually scan it. So like you didn't get charged for them, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's why I'm joking around about why we're getting the returns at our house. So the company, as the company, we don't have to pay for those until they get scanned. So it's not good.
So you could send 1,000 gift cards for the price of the note card. So 179 times 1,000. Even if you send $1,000 gift card to Home Depot, it's 179 times 1,000, not 179 times 1,000 times 1,000, which is awesome.
And then as they scan and they take the action you want them to take, you pay. But they need to take that action that you want them to take first before you buy the gift card.
Yeah, you can make them listen to Moby Dick. Like, you got to sit there, listen to the whole book, and then we'll give you the gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still wrapping our heads around it. There's so many different uses for that particular feature, but you know, just to send somebody a quick thank you, or if you forgot somebody's birthday, a nephew, a niece, you know, you just hop in here, send now, click the red button, click gift card.
Great for referrals too. Somebody sends you a referral and you just want to keep them sending that business over. Yeah, you know, send them a quick $10 gift card to Starbucks or something, just being like, you know, thanks for keeping me top of mind and first on your list. You know, I know you have a lot of agents to choose from for your referrals, but it means a lot. You know, just something like that goes a long freaking way.
Yeah, something like that. Keep them coming. Something like that. You choose the amount, and that's it. You just hit continue. You add their address. Takes just a second. And just like that, you can send somebody a manual gift card. Like that. So, yeah. So, Doug, the recording will be on our YouTube channel. Just search YouTube for thanks.io, and then I'll probably mail it out.
Yeah, we should put them in all on YouTube and on Facebook, and you know, mail it out if we can with our news thing.
Yeah, I've been doing that. And then Doug's asked any ideas of recruiting agents? Yeah, I would mail.
There's a how-to right on our website.
Yep. So, but I would get a list of agents you want to recruit, and I would mail them a, hey, if you schedule a 15-minute Zoom call with me to learn more about my company, I'll buy you lunch, or I'll get you a gift card at Amazon.
Go right up to tutorials at the top. So if you go to thanks, click on tutorials, and then scroll down, you'll see one of the articles is how to recruit using gift cards, and it'll walk you through the exact process of how to do this, even with like the creatives and stuff on Canva. So scroll down a little bit.
Oh, I never saw this one. There we go.
How to use gift cards to recruit agents. Just copy it.
So I'll post this to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
But this would work for anything so just look at this and do this flow for whatever you're trying to do. It's the basic thing is the bribe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin's got an article here that just walks you through step by step what to do.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, guys, unless there's other questions, if anybody here is working on something specific in your account, you want us to take a look at it now, we can. Otherwise, we can call it a day. If you're on the business plan, definitely do take advantage of our one-on-one option. So if you need an integration, or you just need help writing a script, or you need a design, and you're on our business plan, we'll hook it up. And the way to get to that, I just got to find somebody who's on the.
Somebody had a question about aggregated list. We don't have aggregate list yet, but soon we're going to have the mailing address book option, which will have all this stuff in it. So I'll have every single person you ever sent to. So that'll be there in the next couple months.
That's a good idea. One thing that doesn't get talked about or used a lot, I'm actually using a little, is we do have landing pages as well, where you can collect the address. So I don't want to do it in this account, but I might show that here.
Yeah, we're adding email and phone to that really soon too.
Yeah, so if we go to, I think I built one here. This is the example. But say you wanted to just get your family to give you the birthday address, their birthdays. You want to post it on Facebook. What's your birthday? So it's in the mailing list page right here. Enter your birthday below so I don't forget to send you a gift. It should be birth date. And you can put an image in there if you want. Just do update, and then you get a link, and it can build a nice page for whatever you want. And then this image on the right is customizable. So like that. And then when I enter their birth date, they'll then be on your birthday list, and then you can, the system can automatically send a birthday. You can also use this internally with your team and just have them enter birthdays here. We have somebody doing that. I think Greg does that out there in Green Bay for his birthday stuff.
Yeah, I think it's good. But
yeah, so definitely, guys, don't forget to scan the QR code you found here for something extra special. But that's a quick look at thanks.io's QR codes.
And if you think our stuff's awesome, make sure you know about our affiliate program. So, spread the word. There's money in it for you.
Yeah, so just click the affiliates, and then you can promote. You can see here we have a bunch of different landing pages you can share on social media or email to. Right here, and you'll get affiliate credit. You get $24.50 a month for anybody who opts in. For anybody who subscribes to the business plan. Cool. Well, I think that's it, Justin. I think we can call it a day.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. And in the meantime, just feel free to hit us up in the dashboard if you need help with anything. See you guys.